Welcome back, generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so last session we have accomplished a few things. Then how about okay, let's I think we can submit this guy here. Doxygen targets. Okay, I think we can just approve it and merge it. Approve. Add Doxygen targets for documentation. CMake. Add Doxygen targets for documentation. There we go. Okay, that is done. Next. Okay, so what do we want to add next? I think so. We want to add the W3D view too. We could also add this guy here. Let me see. Changes to this file are different to what was done 0 hour. Yes, it's necessary to match what was done in 0 hour to allow disabling of use of the memory manager. Huh? Zero hour already had the if in place to remove the memory manager. Generals didn't. Is that in regards to... Is that in regards to the always.h? Let me see. If and if. Removing the general's memory stuff. Removing the general's memory stuff. This comment and the comment above is different in 0 hour. I suggest to replicate same comments as in 0 hour. Okay. CMake, let me see. CMake lists. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Apart from the comments. Okay, so then let's see what we can look at next. Support FX shader chunks from BFME. What is this? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What is going on here? Goes before deform. Yeah. Oof. I find this here quite a bit disturbing. Oof. Okay, let me this is hopefully also null terminated. What? uh, I'm a bit confused about this change, because if it's only wdump that can read these things, then what is the use of this? Let me ask here. So can only wdump understand these chunks? Or let me ask, does the game understand them as well or not? Okay, so wdump understands these chunks. Does the game understand them as well or not? If not, then what is the use of them? If not, are there plans for it, or is the plan that only the tool can understand it? Are there future plans for it, or is the plan that only the tool can understand? This pattern is difficult to read and maintain. How about fx shader info struct? Where is this used? How about change? How about provide a struct that represents this data, this chunk data? It should look something like this. Struct w3d chunk fx shader constant find fitting name, and then uint32 type uint32 What does this strlen refer to? Constant type texture. Data plus a. str constant name len char probably constant name 1. Jesus Christ. What happened? Why is this happening? Oh my gosh. Okay. Something like this, I think. And then, oh, hold on. Chunk data plus 12. Oh, how? Chunk data plus 12. Huh? Huh? Why is this plus 12 here? Constant name. Texture. Plus 12 is correct here. Jesus Christ. Why does this express hope? Should this not be true or false? I really don't understand why it says let's hope this is null terminated. Either it is null terminated or it's not. Why does this express hope? It either is null terminated or it is not. Here. Perhaps put an assert instead. Put an assert instead. How about provide a struct that represents this chunk data? It should look something like this. Okay, but this is a problem because this one, how can we represent this other data in here? Chunk data plus 8 plus strlen. Yeah, how do we represent this kind of thing? I mean, I'm not sure. The problem is, yeah, since the data is like undefined, like it's not a fixed length, right? The string here. It's not a fixed length, so we cannot really represent it as a fixed struct. Yeah. Four eights. Yeah. I mean, yeah, considering this here, I'm inclined to not use a struct. If it was possible to represent all these guys with a struct, then I think that would have been a preferred approach. But since we got this guy here and these guys, then maybe this is just fine. Yeah. Okay, I would say typing the number, typing the offsets in each read makes this error prone to maintain. How about counting up chunk data as the read progresses, such that so then it would say like such that CPP chunk data and then chunk data plus equals 4, and then the next one. This one, strlen. strlen chunk data plus equal 4. Dot dot dot. I don't wanna how do other, let's go to chunk D. Chunk D. It's not found. because we don't have the tools. Typing the offsets in each read makes this error prone to maintain. Let's say typing the offsets from the origin in each read makes this error prone to maintain. How about counting up chunk data as the read progresses? Such that chunk data plus 4 strlen plus equal 4 ... Yeah, this is how I would do it. Or have like another function like read 4 byte or something like this. But I think this also works, yeah. Okay, let me remove this comment here. Let me add another comment for this strlen. Perhaps choose a var name that is not strlen, because strlen is a popular C function. Pad 3. That's weird. Maybe it's not weird. Maybe it is weird. It does the same here. Okay, never mind. Super hackers add feature. Feature is a keyword? Hold on. I have to check myself. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. I think that will be my review for this for now. Let's say perhaps do not express hope here. It either is null terminal or is not. Perhaps put an assert. It's do not express just hope here. Okay, I think that is good enough as a comment for now. So this is enhancements, minor, 0 hour, tools, 0 hour. Okay. Good. Let me see if we got any feedback from Thompson's. No. Fixed function pipeline. Good channel talk about setup problems or possible bugs. Did someone also miss any files? I could trace it back to game audio. Now the question for me is, why isn't the music being loaded? Music big, music 0 hour. Missing CD. Huh? Pff. How did you install assets? Add Windows application manifest to executables. Currently, Windows treats the gen and 0 hour executables as DPA unaware and forcefully scales the content of all application windows when the display scaling factor is set to something other than 100%. This means that when running the game in windowed mode with a resolution of 800, the real window size and screens scaling setting will be done every pixel. Let's see. Without manifest. Okay. Add manifest to specify that the app is DPI aware and prevent forced scaling by the system. Okay. Okay. I don't understand all the details of this, but it looks like XML, so I guess that's good enough. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. This is this an enhancement or what is this? Windows treats the gen and 0-hour executes as DPI unaware and forcefully scales the content of all application windows when the display scaling factor is set to something other than 100%. This means that when running the game in windowed mode with a resolution of 800 600, the real window size on screen with scaling sets to 200 will be 16 by 1200, and every pixel will simply be stretched to 4 pixels. To prevent this system scaling, the application should indicate to the system that it is DPI aware. The best way to achieve this is to add an application manifest with a DPI aware setting. Another feature that can be configured via the application manifest application of modern visual styles. By default, applications are linked to CTL version 5, which contains UI elements styled like Windows, early Windows. To use modern looking elements, application should request loading CTL, okay, version 6, which supports themed UI elements from Windows XP and later. Adds an application and addresses both issues. Scan apps. Is this more an enhancement or a fix? I have difficulties to decide. Build minor. Okay, dedupe. Let's take a look at this guy. Let's look at the commits. Okay, fix Linux CMake configure. This looks fine. Let me add a comment. Is dedupe a proper word or term? Is there maybe a better word to describe the is dedupe a proper word or term? Is there maybe a better word to describe the change category? Title probably should be gen zh instead. I probably should start with gen zh instead. Commit title probably should start with gen zh instead, because this is not dedup related. Yeah, okay. Let's check the next one. Move compress and CSC diff tools to common. What did he do here? Dgen zh. I started looking. I just began looking at dedup. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what this all stuff here is, but it's just for a boot toolchain. As long as it doesn't break, I guess it's fine. That one is strange though. So generals and 0 hour are no longer built here. Common. Config to use. Build common tools, build common extra tools, tests. Okay, common extras, common tools. Oh. Build common tools. Zero-hour tools. Why is this not found? Huh? Let me find these options here, please. Why is this not found? Do I really have to search here then? Open folder. Yeah. 0-hour tools. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Libraries, tools, okay. Should be like very similar to what this stuff does here. Yeah. GZ compression. So I guess compression is identical, yeah. Do we have WinMerge tour? We do. Fire. Open. Game code. Generals. Code. Oh, Jesus. I didn't mean to press enter. Code. Tools. Compress, right? Compress. Compression. Library. Source compression. Libraries. Libraries. Why is this not found? Code. Oh my gosh. Codes. Libraries. Source. Compression. There we go. Okay, so libraries. Generals MD. Compare. Text files are different. Okay, it's just the no. So with his from MD. Yeah, okay. Okay. GZ compression. Compression, okay. This one is removed. Tools. Okay, let me take these things off. So this is fine. This is probably fine. Yeah, so all these guys are just removed. Yeah. So we expect one to compress, or compress as well. So let me see here. Let's close this one. So there's compression and there is compression and source compression. Tools. Okay, and then tools. So code, tools, compress. Code, tools. Man, what is the correct path? Tool, code, tools, compress. My gosh. Oh, I didn't mean. Why is this tool navigation so bad? Oh my gosh. Generals MD. There we go. Compare. Okay, what's different? Only the title. Okay. Okay, this is probably fine then, yeah. Source compression. GZ compression. Is VS6 built. Now hold on. Order is not alphabetical order is not correct. Okay, and CSC diff is also correct, right? CSC diff. CSC diff. Compare. Let's see. Okay. Can we do a merge without comments? Check. this one looks good. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let me write to Thompson's. Okay, so rebase with Wayne tweaked and push should be good to go now. See always.h. This looks correct now, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's nice. Yes, looks good. Thank you. I probably should clarify add optional game memory null replacement. So it's disabled by default. Add optional game memory null replacement. Delete branch. Okay, so this is done. Yes, yes, in many places for WMath. I think they were trying to phase out temporaries for but temporaries for performance reasons, but I have my doubts that it gains anything because of RVO. I have also made a change to allow temporaries compile with WMath, so we can measure difference at some time. Okay, so still looking at this guy. So CI libraries. I've alphabetical order. This one needs some special looking, and this one as well. Source compression. Okay. Why can I not click view it here on this one? Huh. And I press F5 on this one. Huh. There's no button here on this one. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. Okay, so we have viewed all these guys and they seem to be fine. Okay, what about this guy? Oof. Debug.h to trick.h, okay. What is he doing here? Huh? Is this just I think this is just trick.h. Where's this file coming from? Let me see. Let's search for this comment. Trick.cpp. Oof. All right. Trick.cpp. Perhaps remove the X here. Why is this file needed? Okay, we still need to look at this guy, but let's look at some other stuff first, because this one is probably more difficult to look at here. Yeah, this one needs more consideration. Okay, asset call. Yeah. This one should be fine, yeah. Common tools. Let me see, common code, run. Common tools. Should be fine. Don't need this here. Browser engine. Yeah. Should be fine, yeah. Common tools is probably okay. Yeah, this one should be fine. Only use a stripped down version of BaseType.h. How? So here he adds the BaseType.h, and then here he deletes stuff again. Okay, that I don't understand yet. What's going on with the base type? Did he explain anything here? No, he didn't explain anything. He just does things. He doesn't explain. Perhaps merge this change with another. Seems odd to have a single change that adds a small git ignore. Perhaps merge this change with another. No need. Perhaps merge this change with another. This commit just has two lines changed in CMake and probably can be merged with another of these commits. Perhaps can be merged with another of these commits. Or to have a single commit that adds a small git ignore. This git ignore could be added when the first thing was added to common folder. Okay. What else do we have here? Vegas, okay. Win32, lean and mean. Alphabetical order. So www.debug is mergeable, yeah? www.lib and www.debug. Let me see. Can we in here ignore blank line, ignore enable. Let me see. WinMerge ignore comments. Ignore comments. Oof. Comments. Ignore comments. Enabled. Ignore comments. Where is this? Ignore blank lines. Ignore comment differences. Aha, it's not in here. So it looks like we have an older version of WinMerge. Help about WinMerge. Version 2.16. 2.16. Is that old? Hmm. Hmm. 2020. So here it says ignore comment differences disabled default. Pairs comments. Detecting comments. Options. Yeah, maybe we need to upgrade this version here. Let me go here, WinMerge. WinMerge.org. 2.16. Well, it seems to be the last version, huh? What is the last version? Where's the download? Not here. No download. WinMerge download. Hmm. 2.16. Help. 2.16.6. Huh? What? Version 2.16.6. That is newer than the version stated here on the website. What? What? 2.16.6. So I have a version that is newer than this version. Huh? What? I'm confused. Ah, 16.6, not 60. .6.0. Aha. Aha. I see. So they have a version 2.16 for several years already. Let's see. Okay. Well, let's get this version then. Oh, Jesus Christ. All the ads pop up here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, let's go to VirusTotal. VirusTotal.com. There we go. Seems to be fine. Okay, let's close this one. Let's install a new one. Will he ask us to disable? Maybe we should first uninstall the other one. Apps. WinMerge. Uninstall. Yes. Oof. Restart? No. Okay. Open. Okay, let me close this one here. Labels, build, minor. Build minor. Okay. So we wanted to check the, what was it? The debug, right? So projects, superhacker here. We're looking at libraries, source, Vegas, debug. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Then we take the same folder and we put it into generals MD. Good. Let's go to edit options. Compare. Ignore comment differences. Okay, great. And ignore case. No, ignore blank lines. Okay, let's see. Can we recompare? Huh, it's still different. Oh, right. Where's the context menu? Oh, here, below this. Okay. Oof. Okay, let me carefully look through this. If def ww debug. Let me add a comment here. www.debug. Generals. www.debug. Generals www.debug does not match 0 hour www.debug. Yeah, so there's some difference here regarding this one, and I think that needs to be checked first. There's also stuff here. Yeah, there's some stuff here. Good. www.debug. Why is this missing here, this comment? Memlog. There are also differences here. There are also differences in this file. Memlog. Generals www memlog does not match 0 hour www memlog. This one is also different. It looks like it has mostly stuff added. Why is this different here? So it's profile, right? Yeah. www generals www profile does not match 0 hour www profile. Is it intended to simply discard generals and pick 0 hour? Generals pick 0 hour. Let's take a look at the other one. www.lib. Okay, so www.lib. www.lib compare. Okay, there's a lot of matching stuff, but also a lot of mismatching stuff. Buff file. Let's take a look at this guy. Okay, desired buffer size The buffer is larger. Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. Actually, like here, for example, for things like this, I would expect that there would be an if generals use this buffer size, else use this for 0 hour, right? That would be my expectation for a clean like merge first, and then later you decide, okay, do we want to then you probably get a lot of if defs, right? Yeah. Let's take a look at the other guys. Reset buffer has been moved. Okay. Chunk IO. Read save micro chunk. Read save micro chunk. This is interesting. Size of type. Here it says size of var. How's this called? Micro chunk. Okay, who's calling this guy? Here. Okay. Read save microchunk. No one is using that. Okay. Huh. Well, if it has no users, save microchunk. Type. Like microchunk, but reads items straight into the data save. I don't know what's safe about this. It allocates on the stack. Alloc A, doesn't that need a free? Free? Okay, that is automatically freed. When is it automatically freed? Maybe when it leaves the scope, it's automatically freed. Alloc A, free. Allocating block with alloc A is an explicit action. You can allocate as many blocks as you wish and compute the size at runtime. But all the blocks are freed when you exit the function that alloc A was called from. Okay. There's no way to free the space explicitly. Interesting. Okay. Well, since this has no users, I cannot really tell which version is correct, this one or this one. So I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. So buffire introduces this difference here. Buffire. So this is from 0 hour, right? Yeah. This move introduces a bigger buffer for generals. This is desired. This is fine. This is fine. This is probably fine. Yes. Okay, C random. Okay, that's exclusive to 0 hour. Factory. Okay, sample factory. Okay. Okay. Virtual. Okay. Get table. Peak value, peak key. Okay, that's fine. If not hash, return. Okay. Okay. This is adding some stuff here. If hash, okay. Just adding a bunch of checks. Ooh. That's interesting. Rehash. Hash template.h. Hash template.h. 0 hour hash template class. Zero hour hash template class has commented out rehash. Are we confident that this is correct? Any CPP. It's loaded, yeah. Can we tools, hold on, options, ignore white space, ignore all. Yeah. That's good. Initialize, yeah. Okay, delete, okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Put string. Duplicate entry if 0, okay. What is this max line length? What is this? For 1096. Oof. But here they use buffer 64. Ah, right. So here they had buffer with max line length for a float number. That doesn't make sense, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh. Which formatting? What does it mean? assuming J, let us simply copy pasted it, then this copy paste it from renegade, then this should be as is in the original. Can you compare with renegades? Oh, this is quite a lot here to look at. Mempool. Huh, how did this ever compile? Interesting. Okay. Huh, what do we have here? Tries 3 times frequency. Huh, so I see. I think that's fine. Log minus minus. Okay. Notify. File name 0. Okay. Ensure we will work properly if the file is not open. reviewing your moves takes a while. I'm looking at the diffs between generals and 0 hour of the files that were moved. Okay, so regarding port let me go here. Let me do a rebase. Rebase, auto squash. Delete, force delete. Okay. Oh, this one is missing a manage. Ah, shit. What happened here? I can probably delete these guys here. And this guy here. Right. I think we can delete this guy. I have seen so far that 0 hour fixes or expands or adds things on top of generals, be that okay, let's keep on looking here. Red ball, DOS state, F open, okay. WW string, bias, bias, ref PTR, that's actually a pretty important fix here. Yeah. Huh. That's a pretty important fix, yeah. Well. Const. Rec create key X. Oof. Okay, let's just assume that this is all good. This is probably fine. Exists. Okay. Okay. Hold on. What's that? Memset footer. Oof. Old code left for reference. Okay. What's the time? 2 hours 8. Yeah, I think it's time for a break soon. System fixes and improvements should go straight to generals. There's no reason to keep them away. The problem I see here is that all of this is mostly but the problem here I see is that it will be hard to document because the changes that Felivier does completely hides the fixes to generals. So no one will know what fixes generals has inherited. No. if we really wanted to do this picture perfect, then we would have to replicate all changes from 0 hour to generals before unifying the files. And then we would have a proper history of all fixes going to generals. For example, file ptr.h inherited a very critical fix, which is hidden in the change, hidden in the move of files. Was it file ptr? One of these, ref pointer or something like that. Let me see. Ref ptr. Let's write this correctly. Ref ptr. Maybe we should take notes as we compare them as to what critical fixes went into generals. So at least we have some notes. Oof. Okay, I would say Thompson's 26 signals that he is happy with it. Okay, let me look once more here over the changes. So Let's look at this, at this, at this, at this. Okay. What about this one here? Particle emitter. Oof. What is this argument that is being passed there? The particle emitter. Jesus Christ. How many arguments? Okay, so vector 3. Future starts. Must be this future start thingy, right? Yeah. Oh, there's a problem. There's a problem. Okay, that is which commit? We had 6 compiler errors. Okay. That's not quite right here. Let me search for this guy here. Tools. It's not found. Reloads. So this guy needs to go in here. This also creates a temporary, it fixes nothing. It's so stupid. Oh, by the way, this is also wrong here. Yeah, This one is wrong. Good that we checked. Yeah. That was wrong. This one seems to be all right. Let me put a, this is wrong. Static cast. Was this over? Yeah. Static cast, index T. Maybe this should be written differently. I think J. Lawless had it written differently as well. Bone manager dialog. Bone MGR dialog. Maybe we should keep this here then. Like so. No, maybe not. Generally, I think it's better if the initialization is tied to the declaration. It makes it more robust, you know. Yeah. It looks strange, but fundamentally it is more robust to do it this way. Okay. Well, it looks bad. Yeah. Okay. And this is the last one. Let's take a look at this once more. Fix, upgrade smart car. Perhaps use float natively. Okay, so the volume is initialized with 0. Volume null. fpan pan. fpun. Volume. Can we search for setPun? Where's this called? SetPun times 127. SetPun. Set sample pun, and then here we divide it again by 127. Okay, that's fair. And what about the set sample volume? Let's see that as well. The same thing, times 127, and here we divide it again. Okay, then that's fine. I wonder if this is actually a correct stream volume pen. Do they really take float? Or is this perhaps wrong? So set stream volume. Set stream volume. So that takes integer. If we could do this, it would be perfect, yes. Will be more work, but also more transparent and easier to review. What happens right now is that I review diffs, and then I would green light it, and then it simply would be a matter of trust me, bro. Let me send a question to OmniBlade. OmniBlade. So this guy, these new IEF functions with volume and pan combined, are we sure they take floats instead of integers? They probably do, because I think that was also used somewhere else, right? Yeah, here in Miles Audio Manager, that also takes, yeah, it also takes a float. Probably because Miles Audio Manager passes float. Can you please check if it looks good to you? Yeah, so sample volume pan, f pan, f volume, dum. Volume, f pan, stream. Oh, but this one says sample. Uh-oh. This one says set sample pan, but it uses stream handle. Huh? Sample volume. So this one is called get sample, and it uses sample. Sample. Okay, maybe it's just, it's called stream handle class. I see. And this one is called 2D handle class, whatever. Strange that they placed returns here. Okay, I think this is fine. But yeah, we had this one error. So let me go here. Submit review. So let me double check this. So orientation matrix is now here, and this one is here. Yeah, yeah, and this one goes into VS6, right? Yeah. Okay, let me compile that, see if it works. When I track down the issue with some sounds not playing. Okay. Load settings. Okay, so we move this one down here. I really want to double check just to make sure we make no mistakes here. You know, orientation, matrix. Yeah, this one needs to be outside. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this has compiled. Let's do rebase, interactive auto squash, and we are got that. Okay, push it again. Push, push. Fixed. Okay, let's have one more look. Oh, that's not quite the right commit. Okay, let's look at this once more in this. Okay. Okay, so this is correct. This is correct. 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 Transform TMP cam transform. That's so weird. Transform. A bit surprised about this one here. Transform null TMP that. Oh, seems fine. Okay, seems to be fine now. Yeah. Looks all right to me. Only thing I would say is that there are some float implying it's multiplied by an integer constant, but promotion rules mean the integer will actually be promoted to float. Sure, the constant is really a float. Good question. Let's search for W3D stuff. No. No warning. Promotion rules mean the integer will actually be promoted to float. I do not see a warning. Okay, let me search for the times 127. Yeah. So OmniBlade says multiply. Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't see a warning. Let me check one more time. W3D view. There's some unsigned stuff. Typecast. No. I don't see a warning from this, so probably it will be fine. Yeah. I think it's fine. Okay. Then yeah, let it build, and then I will submit this thing. Yeah. Yeah. Came a long way. Mola says always, that's fair. That's I think that's his favorite phrase. That's fair. It's a good way to agree with someone. That's fair, without explicitly agreeing, right? So if someone makes a statement someone makes a statement, but you're not like that. That's just the way I would read it, right? So you can see a Mauler says, fair. That's fair. Ah, fair, right? So he always says fair, right? So I wonder if it means like yeah, I see, I agree, but also not strongly agree, right? Maybe like this. Maybe you could see it like this. So if someone talks to you some bullshit, you say, ah, fair, fair, fair. Yeah, fair, fair, fair. Right? Instead of, oh yeah, I agree, yeah, yeah. Fair, fair, fair. It's probably synonymous for agreement, right? Yeah, probably. Who knows? Let's see if he writes another time fair. No, it looks like there's just 3 times. Actually, let's check a previous message. Let's actually search for Mauler here. Let's see how often he says fair. Fair, fair. No. Okay, it's not as often as I thought. Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This was just a one-off here. Yeah. The triple fair. Yeah. Okay. Good. So. Okay. Okay. What's the time? Oh, 3 hours. I think I already said 1 hour ago that I will take a break. Or 40 minutes ago. Well, that didn't happen. No. No. But we will come to an end, and I think that will be the end of the day. The end of the work day. Okay. Yeah. But that's all I wanted to achieve for today, is merging this change, because I think it's important. Yeah, it's important that we get this one. Let's see if we have any other interesting notification here. Man, these guys are pumping new changes here. I can't review that fast that these guys pump new changes. I can't. Oh boy. I can't review this alone. I don't get to make much changes here. Yeah. Let me see this. WDub understands these chunks now. Does the game understand them as well or not? If not, are there future plans for it? Or is a plan that only the tool can understand it? Currently, the game does not understand these. Before the game can do anything useful with these, we need to switch to DX9 to any other renderer backend with dynamic shader support. Okay, I see. Okay. Yes, at +8, there's a length for the texture name. Perhaps that can be documented. Forward port. How about, so if this one includes null terminator, how about put assert for strlen constant equals strlen constant name plus 1. And for the other one as well. This gives more confidence in correctness. What is this? IDs. Boof. It's quite a big boof for this here. This boof is much larger than necessary. As printf, safe version. As and printf. As and printf. Prefer use SMPF where you can give the buffer size. prefer use, which takes buffer size. Buffer size 2. Okay. Okay. Then I think we are done here. Then let's do rebase and merge. Let me double check that this all looks correct. 0 hour, add CMake setup, VS compiler errors, legacy function calls. Okay. Confirm, rebase, and merge. There we go. Fantastic. Fantastico. Okay, great. Then wdump and w3d view are now ported from renegade to 0 hour. Now ported from renegade to 0. Good. Then my work day ends here. All right, then that will be it here. Good. Good, then yeah, I will take a break here and I wish you a great day or night. Until next time, goodbye.